Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, here as we are going into the last round robin game here of Cache Island between the Youngbloods and the Winfield Bakers. I believe the Youngbloods are coming out of Surrey or Vancouver, and the Bakers are coming out of, I believe, the Kamloops League up there. The Bakers have, it looks like, number 1 West Stone in net. And the Youngbloods look like they have number 33 Patel in net for them. Tonight's officials here are Eric Park and Christian Nabu. As this is in our elite division, so these are two high caliber teams here. Should be a very intense game here. And the ball is dropped with the Bakers winning the ball. They pass it up. They gain the zone there. Is number 39 there. Gets into the zone. Alex Dirksen collects the ball in the corner. Passes it around. Back to his defenseman. Takes a quick shot. Misses the net there. Booming shot though. Passed up. As the Bakers are able to keep the ball in. Take another quick shot there. All the way around though. And out of the zone. As they'll have to tag back up here. They pass it up, gain the zone again, number 55, Brandon Smith. Trying to get a quick shot, does! Great save by the Youngbloods goaltender. Hugging that post very tightly there. So the face-off will come to the left-hand side of the goaltender there. Number 69, Gavin Flick, will be taking the face-off for the Bakers. And I wasn't able to see the Youngbloods goaltender as the referee is trying to establish the line, and it's a win by the Youngbloods there. Ball was trapped up in the referee's feet there. Knocked back behind the net as the Youngbloods recover. Youngbloods pass it up. Back to their defense partner behind the net. Passes up there, number 14, toe drags a little bit, gains the zone, goes into the corner. As the ball is tightly contested there, pushed through. As the Bakers are able to get out, they pass the ball up, and they gain the zone. Behind the net there, as two Youngblood players swarm in on him. The ball gets out. Number 6, penalty coming in here. Number 14 for the Youngbloods there. Takes the captain here takes a. Looks like we'll find out what that penalty there was called. As he shoved the Bakers player down. Looks like it's 2 minutes for a roughing. So with 13:38 here in the period, the Bakers will go on to their first power play. As this is Cache Island here in the elite division. It's a false face-off here. With this little time delay here, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors here. Canadian Brew House is our sponsor here for today's game. Remember, folks, at the end of the tournament here, we do have a big party there at Canadian Brew House down at Uptown Mall. Come on down if you want to support our players, our athletes here. As the Youngbloods collect the ball up, they chip it up, but the Bakers are able to swap it down. They still have zone there. They never lost. Youngbloods pass it out though. Alex Dirksen gains the zone, passes back, takes a quick shot from the point. Number 8 there tries to take a quick, hits Dirksen in the foot and goes right towards the net. Great save by the Youngbloods goaltender. Number 8 here keeps it in the corner there. Passes up, chips up into the goaltender. And the goaltender is able to swamp down on that and cover it up. The Youngbloods here. Great coverage there. can't pronounce any of these names. I can't pronounce any of these names. As the ball is about to be dropped there. Won by the Youngbloods there. Tried to chip up as it knocked up into the mesh there. Kept into the zone. .12:49 here in the first period. And we have 5 straight shots here for the Bakers. Ball is dropped. And the Youngbloods dump the ball down. Wes Stone collects the ball there, passes it up to his defense as he walks it up the floor here. As the rest of his players there trying to gain the line there. Quick dump in, gains over the 72. He passes back to his defensive partner there. Number 17 at the point there. Passes over to number 77. 77 knocks it over to number 17 as they pass back and forth there. 77 passes into the corner there to number 24. 24 walks it around, back to his defense. Tries to take a shot, but it's deflected by the Youngbloods. Into the corner, the Youngbloods Bakers gain it, try to get through. Quick little tap on over there to my number 69, but the goaltender for the Youngbloods is able to stop that. Bakers keep it in, pass it on the point, on the sidewall, passes in, deflected off the Youngbloods goaltender. Bakers keep the ball in with 10 seconds left on the penalty kill. The ball is kept on the outside wall. Quick shot over. Deflected by the Youngbloods, by number 5. Bakers shoot wide, but they're keeping it in. Youngbloods goaltender just all. And it looks like it's a high stick there. And looks like we're going to get a couple penalties here. Unsure what's going to be as the referee's checking if there's any blood there. As the referee's talking there, trying to figure out what the penalties will be. And I'll be able to announce what the penalties are here once they're put on the board there, and I can see what the referee's called there. So it looks like it's so the way this works here is there's a high sticking penalty here that was on the Youngbloods. And there will be a hooking penalty on the Bakers. So what will happen here is with a stick infraction, there is a 4-minute penalty here. But because there's coincidental penalties, it'll only be a 2-minute power play here for the Bakers, as the Youngbloods did get a high sticking penalty there. I know it's a little bit confusing, it's a little bit different than ice hockey, but with the Bakers going on the power play here, they gain the ball at center, they pass it around. Brandon Smith there. Over to number 90, to Brandon Smith, off the crossbar, on top of the net there, rolls over as Youngbloods keep it out to the outside, and they dump it all the way down. West passes up. Brandon Smith gains the zone there, so the Bakers are set up there. And so we have number 39 there standing in front of the Youngbloods goaltender like a Sean Avery, very dangerously, with his back turned to the play. With some of these shots here, they really hurt it. They hit the back of the leg. Quick shot on that there by the Youngbloods. Onto the Youngbloods goaltender. He makes a save. Another shot. He deflects into the side wall. Brandon Smith gets the ball, passes back to the center, takes a shot, deflected up over the net and into the mesh there. So the ball will remain in the zone here, as there's a lot of pressure here. the ball will be moved over to the left-hand side. With 1:05 left here on the power play. This ball is set up in place here. Ball is dropped. Covered up by the Youngbloods goaltender. Number 77 there for the Bakers. Looks like he's got some quick feet there. He's right on top of the goaltender there. So I think they're going to try to do that play one more time here. Ball won by the Youngbloods. Tried to dump out, but Brandon Smith was able to recover outside the blue line. And the Bakers are just keep the ball outside the line, pass it around to the side walls. Number 77 here. Passes it back to his defensive partner. Passes over to Brandon Smith there. Back to the top of the key. Back to the top of the floor. Over the side walls again. To number 77. As the Bakers are just cycling the ball through. Huge shot by Brandon Smith. Goes wide. Number 77 passes it. Keeps the ball in. Passes over to Brandon Smith. Back to the defensive partner. Brandon Smith was not liking that shot. Takes a quick shot, number 77, deflected by the Youngbloods, number 97. The ball is kept in the zone there with 12 seconds left on the penalty kill here and 9:37 left on the clock in the first period. Takes a quick shot and misses the net. Brandon Smith regains the ball, passes it back to his defense. As they're doing a diamond pattern here for the penalty kill. And we are now at even strength here as the Youngbloods are trying to gain the ball up. But the Bakers recover back up. And number 97 is able to recover the ball there at the circles, passes it up the wall there to number 98. Number 98 crosses the line. This is the first offensive play. Takes a shot. Saved by the Bakers goalie, Wes Stone there. Ball kept in the corner there by the Youngbloods. Youngbloods trying to pass it over, keeping it back under their defense. Takes a quick shot. Deflection. And a tip-in goal! The Youngbloods on their third shot of the game get that goal in. With a huge snipe there after playing almost half the period here on the penalty kill here. Their first real chance there to gain the zone, and they are able to get a quick goal there. As the referee is trying to set the line there, drops the ball. The Bakers win the ball, keeping it in their zone, passing it back and forth. Youngbloods playing for a lot of pressure. Number 39, the captain there, is able to gain the zone, passes into the corner. As they go up the sidewalls there, they dump it back into the zone, but he passes it back to a Youngbloods defender there. And a deflection pass. And a huge goal by Alex Dirksen there, number 91. As the ball was tipped up into the middle of the zone there by the Youngbloods, and they weren't able to recover, leaving a wide open net for Alex Dirksen. Huge momentum here for the Bakers as they were able to, the Winfield Bakers here, as they are able to tie the game back up at 1-1 with 8:30 left on their 12th shot of the game here. The ball is dropped there. Ball in the middle of the zone there. The Bakers are able to leave the zone there. It's captain number 39, Austin Eggy. Passes it up to Alex Dirksen, number 91. It goes behind the net there. Youngbloods goalie deflects it out. Number 97 here for the Youngbloods, passes it over. As they pass it up the zone there, they are able to get it over the red there. Number 7 crosses the line, shoots it in, goes wide there. And it looks like there's a penalty coming up here on the Youngbloods. This is Stick got tangled up into the long legs there Brandon Smith there. And unfortunately, that'll be a penalty there for the Youngbloods as they go back on the penalty kill here. And we are going to go on a bin 4 power play here for the Winfield Bakers. As they're huddled up here while the clock is getting set here, trying to make up a play. And the ball will be dropped to the left here of the Youngbloods goaltender. Bakers keep the ball in. Keeping it around center there, passing it around. As they do this diamond pattern here again, keeping everything open, keeping everyone backed up into their own zone. The Youngbloods have to pass in front there and deflecting wide the Youngbloods goaltender. Ball kept in the middle there of the floor as he decides which player to pass it over. Number 77 takes a quick shot, and it hits up on the upper part of the glass there, deflects around the glass there, back to the defenseman. Bakers pass it around. They're trying to do that pass one more time. As the Youngbloods have to be kept low into the zone here and stretched out, unfortunately, due to the way that the Bakers are playing their power play. It's very precise. Ball crept into the corner there. It's not moving there as there's 3 Bakers, 2 Youngbloods as the Bakers are able to get the ball out. Number 17 takes a shot. Huge block by number 86. Huge block. He's hurting though. Lots of movement here. As they're trying to cycle back. Takes another pass around. Trying to set everything back up. Number 24 back over. Keeps the ball at the top. Takes a shot. Number 24 and a goal! Ethan McKinley there takes a huge shot from the point from a pass from 77 Johnny Willow. And I missed who the other assist there was, but that was a great goal by the Bakers as they go up 2-1 here with 6:06. And the ball's about to be dropped here. Ball's dropped with the Bakers winning it there, but the Youngbloods recovering. Passed around here. And all the way down for an icing there. As well have a offensive zone face off here for the Youngbloods. As the referee's here, making sure the players are set. And the ball is dropped. And a quick shot by the Youngbloods onto the goaltender there. Huge save there. Deflected into the corner, but the Bakers are able to recover. No icing, it's waved off there. The Bakers keep it in. Number 77 down to number 69. 69 behind the net there. It looks like it's tangled up in the net there. Able to break it free, but the Youngbloods pass it up in the middle of the zone there. Luckily, one of their forwards was able to collect it there. Number 90, as he bolts through, goes into the corner as the Bakers keep him in there. And they come in right on the top of the key there, and they score. Number 98 there. If you go to the middle of the floor, good things happen there. And unfortunately, the Youngbloods are able to go. And a huge goal here to tie it up. And the ball is dropped here. The Youngbloods keep it in the zone there. Their goaltender was able to deflect it up. Number 27 here passes up the boards here. Chipped up by number 7 out of the zone. As the Bakers are able to recover the ball. Passed up, gained the zone by their number 39. Kept in the corner. Number 97 for the Youngbloods is able to recover. Keeps it behind his own net there. As number 39, like a little pit ball there, just keeps it into the zone. And it's dumped all the way. Icing is waved off. Goaltender passes it up. Brandon Smith regains the ball. Runs up the floor there all by himself, giving all the zone. Youngbloods keep the ball. And covered up by the Bakers goaltender. We have 4:06 left here in the first period. And the game is tied 2-2 here. Shots are 17-9 for the Bakers. Youngbloods have some speed, and whenever they get access to there, they are able to get that ball. As the ball is dropped here, kept in, shot on net. Quick whistle there. As the Bakers goaltender is able to stop that ball. Ball is dropped. Youngbloods will take a quick shot, goes around the net. And they are able to keep it in. They have a lot of pressure on them there. Bakers are able to catch that ball and gain it there, but the Youngbloods, number 29 there, swarms in, covers it up. Trying to make a quick pass up the sidewall there. At the blue line here for the Youngbloods. They get it over the red there and trying to gain the zone. They do. Ball in the corner there. As we have a quick break here, it looks like it's a 3-on-1. Youngbloods recover back, get all their defensemen back. And a huge block by number 14 there, swiping the stick, making sure that the quick pass wasn't come through. The Bakers are able to keep it into the zone. Back onto the goaltender there. As they go behind their net there. Quick pass up. All the way down for an icing. And the ball will be kept in the zone here. And it'll go to the left-hand side here of the Youngbloods goaltender. Ball set here, drop down, Youngbloods recover and win. Pass it up the sideboards there. Another little chip up. But the Bakers are able to swarm in and make sure that they don't get the ball out. Pass around the net there. Huge pass up the middle. Brandon Smith able to recover that ball there right in the neutral zone. Passes in to number 77. Flexion off the goaltender there. Bouncing up and down there. Brandon Smith on the sidewalls there, trying to get it up. Youngbloods are able to recover the ball, chips it over, going on a run by himself. Has the one defenseman. West Stone able to cover it there. Ball in the Youngblood zone here. They're circling through. As the Bakers are able to try to keep the ball in, but the ball deflected off. Number 8 there and went back into his own zone. Passes it up the wall there. Passes up to number 98. Number 98 gets it over to his number 6. Number 6 gains the zone. Tries to do a chip pass over. .133 left here. The Youngbloods are in their own zone. Passing it up. Pass it all the way up to number 27. 27 gains the zone. Passes it over to number 7. 7 takes a quick shot. The ball's behind the net there of the Bakers goaltender. Pass up in front. Blocked there by the Bakers. Ball brought in here by the Bakers. They were able to gain zone. 1 minute left here in the first period. Huge tip up. The goaltender for the Youngbloods smartly tips it up. Ball behind the net for the Bakers. 45 seconds left here in the penalty. Shot on net. Great save by the goaltender. Alex Dirksen here on the sidewall here. Trying to keep the ball out. Ball into the corner there by number 39. 39 keeps the ball. The Bakers trying to find a pass here with 25 seconds left. Tipped up over the net there. Shot at. Youngbloods trying to get it in, out of the zone. Pulled back there. And they chip it up. All the way to number 6 here. We are going in for an icing there with 9.8 seconds left here in the period. The ball brought all the way back into the Youngblood zone. Shots are 22-15 here in favor of the Bakers. They are outworking in the shot category, but these Youngbloods are very quick here. Ball about to be dropped here. Ball drops as the Youngbloods are able to recover that shot. Hopefully try to get a quick shot here with 3 seconds left here. The Bakers just regroup back in their own zone. And we're going to go into the second period here. We'll take a quick break here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here for Cache Island. This is the last round robin game here. We still have 2 games tonight after this for the round robin, or the quarterfinals there for the open division. But this is the elite division here. We're going into the second period here between the Winfield Bakers and the Youngbloods out of Vancouver here. The Youngbloods get the face off there. As they're on their own blue line there, just waiting for some passing lanes to open up. As they dump it in. Dump and chase here. The Bakers are able to cover the ball. Number 90 here for the Bakers. Passes it up to number 24. 24 slowly brings it up, dumps it in. Number 17 going into the corner. Number 17 passes it around behind the Youngbloods goaltender there. Looks like he's going to try to deal with Michigan there. Thinks better of it. Passes it around. Back to the defense there, number 90. Number 90 passes it over. They're trying to set up a quick snapshot here from either the sidewalls. Shot by number 90, deflected off a Youngblood player there. These Youngblood players are great at getting into the middle of the floor and breaking up those shots there. very good shot blockers, I would give them that. As they gain the zone here, number 14 takes a quick shot, goes wide. Number 90 in the corner here, brings it up the sidewall, passes it back down to the corner to number 88. Bakers are able to get it out. Number 17 here slows it down a little bit, passes it up to number 24. Number 5 behind the net for the Youngbloods, passes it up the boards. Intercepted by number 24. Shot on net, great save by the goaltender there. Youngbloods get it out past the red line, trying to gain the zone. Dangles it through, all by himself here. Can he do it? Great save by the goaltender there. That's a quick shot by number 19 there. As Brandon Smith here, local Victoria boy playing with these guys here. Passes over to Alex Dirksen, another local player here. Back into the zone there. Great sequence of plays here, back and forth. Great hockey here, ladies and gentlemen. Passed up, Youngbloods again. Pass through on a breakaway here. Passes it up. But the Bakers are able to get into that tying lane there. Keep it out to the outside. Great sequence of plays there. Very impressive there. Brandon Smith here at the blue line for the Bakers. Passes, takes a run here. While they do a line change here, number 19 recovers the ball back. Passes it over to his defensive partner. Passes it up. They gain the zone. And everyone kind of recoils back. Takes a quick shot. Oh, it looks like it hit a Youngblood player in a very delicate area there. He's getting slowed up. Youngbloods gain the zone here. 3 on into the corner there, but the Bakers are able to clamp down behind the net. Ball behind the net there, not moving, as the Bakers are able to keep the ball between their feet there. And the play is called dead here, as the ball was not making a fluid movement here. We had some great back and forth action there. Lots of speed between these two teams here. Quick shots there. Both goaltenders standing on their head there. Kudos to them. Number 69 for the Bakers goes in for the face-off against number 7 for the Youngbloods. Face-off won by the Bakers. As they chip it off the boards here. Hits off with the number 69 here on a breakaway again. Oh, great defensive play by the Youngbloods as he wasn't able to get a solid shot there. Ball behind the Youngbloods net as he passes it up. Unfortunately, the Bakers are able to recover there. 68 takes a quick shot. Great save. Keeping the ball in the movement there. The net came off a little bit there in that sequence of plays there. Once again, this is our last round robin game here of Cache Island here. All the next games are going to be all playoff games here. We have 2 tonight, and then tomorrow we go into the playoffs, and someone is getting awarded the Cache Island champion here for Cache Island number 4. We want to thank all of our sponsors here. This is the Bakers keeping them. Take a quick shot. Saved by the Youngbloods goaltender there. Once again, we want to thank all the VIBHL sponsors here. Napper, Canadian Brew House, Country Grocer here, a local grocery store here on Vancouver Island. They're a great sponsor here. Ball drops, Youngbloods recover. Keeping it on the sidewall there. They're both matched up with number 77. Ball played behind the net, kept in the corner. Passed dangerously in the middle of the floor. Youngbloods player trying to gain the zone. Tipped up. The Bakers recover. Youngbloods 3 on. Gaining the zone. Ball is kept into the zone by the Bakers as they reset here. Passes it up the floor. Number 8 takes a quick shot. Deflects around the boards there. There's a dump and chase. Number 77 collects it on this other side wall. Shoots it behind the net there. Youngbloods swarm in. Ball kept to the floor here as the Youngbloods recover. Gain it out of the blue. And the Bakers take a quick shot by number 77. And it is deflected out of the zone. We'll have another face-off coming into the Youngblood zone here. with 10:29 here in the second period with a 2-2 tie. The shots are 29 for the Bakers and 18 for the Youngbloods. So as we go into this game here, there's lots of tension here. Ball won by the Youngbloods. Passed around. As the Youngblood player walks up the floor here, just trying to get his players in. Dumped in straight on the Bakers goaltender as he dumps it up the floor. Number 17 tries to get out, passes the red there. And number 72 is able to collect the ball here, dumps it down, and we will have an icing here. Waved off by the back official here, or the top. Tipped in all the way down again onto the goaltender, and that'll be a face-off here in the Bakers zone. Another one of our VIBHL sponsors that we want to thank today is Category 1 Cleaning. Cold ball dropped here. Oh, the Youngblood player wasn't able to recover there. The Bakers are able to get it out of the zone. They chip it in, number 72. Youngblood's here, dangling through. Tipping it up. Passes it up the floor here. As the Youngbloods gain the zone here, number 90 for the Bakers. Clamps in down. And the ball is tipped up. Up into the mesh there. Kept into the Bakers zone though. We'll keep the face-off here with 9:34 left here in the second period. Ball's kept in here. Brandon Smith here brings the ball through. Tips it up to Alex Dirksen. Dirksen back to Brandon Smith. Tipped in on the goaltender. Great save. He wasn't where it was. And tipped up into the mesh there. I'm unsure right now if that was tipped off a Bakers player or the Youngbloods player. Looks like it's going to be kept in the zone here. Actually, coming outside of zone now. Looks like it was just shot straight out by the Bakers there. So face-off will be out in the neutral zone here. No zone here. Alex Dirksen goes in for the face-off of the Bakers. Loses it to the Youngbloods. Youngbloods pass it up. Dirksen keeps it on, passes it up. Bakers tip it back into their own zone there. 9:06 left in the second period here. Ball shot up there to the Bakers. Looks like Alex Dirksen has a breakaway here. Knocked all the way down. And we have a penalty coming. Looks like we get a penalty shot here. Brought down on the breakaway here. And we will be calling a penalty shot and this is actually the second penalty shot here of this Cache Island. Alex Dirksen goes in for the on the breakaway there and is hauled down by a Youngbloods player. And we will have a penalty shot here. There was a little bit of confusion there as it looks like the Youngbloods player and Alex Dirksen there both had the same stick, same tape job. And when the Youngblood player realized it, tried to change his sticks, but the referee was scared that it was going to be a conflict there and ran in there. Great awareness by the referee Christian there, but a little bit of a funny story as we set up for the penalty shot here. As the goaltender down in the crease there talking to the Youngbloods goalie, explaining how this works. as the ball is put down in center here. And the whistle goes as Dirksen comes in on the penalty shot here. Slowly comes in, trying to be like a Patrick Kane here. Takes a little quick shot, misses, and fires wide, does not even hit the net. As we'll keep the face-off in the Youngblood zone. Face-off isn't dropped there. Won by the Youngbloods, but recovered by the Bakers. Bakers back on their D. Passing back and forth here, trying to set everything up as the players scramble in the middle of the floor there. Try to screen the goaltender there. Dirksen with the tip, goes wide into the corner. Bakers recover. Quick shot, and it goes straight through. Unfortunately, it looks like the Youngbloods goaltender was screened. Was not able to see that by his own defenseman there. And the Bakers go in as they are up 3-2 with 8:34 left here in the second period here. Lots of hockey left here though. As we go into this last couple minutes here. Ball dropped here, won by the Bakers. As number 69 gets it over the zone here. 3-2 here. 35 shots here by the Bakers as they shoot on. Saved by the Youngbloods goaltender. Ball cycled through in the corner there. Bakers pass back to their defensive partner there. Trying to set everything up there as the Bakers are trying to screen the goaltender one more time here. Takes a quick shot, deflects off the... And it looks like it was a crease violation here on the Bakers as the ball will be pulled out of the zone there. In ball hockey here, we keep the... If the player's in the crease, the referee can give a short warning. If it's a dangerous play, they can stop the play right away. But if the player does not leave the crease during that warning, the referee blows it down. So that's what happened here. So the ball will come out of the zone, and the Bakers will lose possession here. As Christian drops the ball there, Bakers win the face-off. Youngbloods are trying to pass it around here as it jumps around them. Bakers keep the ball in the zone, into the corner there. Passed out, knocked in front. And another Bakers goal as a player was dumped into the crease there. And we go up 4-2 for the Bakers. As it looks like the referees are going to have a little discussion here to see if there was any goaltender interference. And the goal was kept there. There is a little bit of confusion here by the Youngbloods saying there was a goaltender interference, but from this angle, it looked like the Youngbloods knocked their own defense and the Bakers into their own goaltender there. So we are keeping that goal. So it is 4-2. Obviously, the Youngbloods here aren't happy with that call here. But with 7:42 left here, I have seen these guys in this tournament come back and recover and come back into these games here. So there is time. The 2-goal lead is the most dangerous in hockey here. So let's see what the Bakers can do as they win that faceoff and come back into their own zone. The Youngbloods are able to intercept at the blue line there, but they pass it back to the Bakers. Bakers trying to get it out of the red zone there. And they knock it back into the zone, dumping it in. Youngbloods into the corner. Passing over the Youngbloods pass it through their own neutral zone there, or defensive zone there. As they get it up the zone here. Number 10 gains the zone with a little bit of speed. And it is called offside as he didn't have fully control of the ball. And the faceoff will come out to the outside here. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We still have 2 more games tonight here as the Youngbloods win the faceoff. Ball kept in by the Youngbloods here as they gained the zone. Kept to the outside though by the Bakers. Dumped down to the corner here. Quick tap in. And the Bakers are able to exit the zone here. Brandon Smith knocks the ball over. Shot over. Shot on, saved by the Youngbloods goaltender. Youngbloods pass around behind their own net there as they do a quick line change here. 6:33 here left in the second period here. Straight pass up to number 19. He gains the zone, tries to go around the corner, goes to the corner though. Bakers are trying to keep him to the outside. They are able to gain possession here. Number 24 over to number 17. He is on a breakaway, takes a quick shot, misses the net there. They are able to regain the ball there at the blue line. Passes it over. Number 55 takes a shot, blocked by the Youngbloods. They are hard working blocks there. These guys are going to be black and blue here coming out of this game. Number 5 passes it down to the corner. Corner passes back up to number 5. He takes a shot, saved by the Youngbloods goaltender. Youngbloods bring the ball behind their own net as the Bakers are trying to apply a lot of pressure here, trying to kill as much of that clock down in the neutral zone. Number 19 here recovers for the Youngbloods, tips it over the red line. Over to number 90. Number 90 in the corner by himself. Oh, and it ball goes through the crease there from number 90 as he took a quick shot. The goaltender for the Bakers wasn't able to recover that, and number 90 was able to clean up that garbage. With 5:25 left here, it's 4-3. 39 shots for the Bakers and 24 for the Youngbloods here. Like I said, the 2-goal lead is the most dangerous here, so we got some exciting hockey for the remaining 5 minutes and 25 seconds here. The ball is dropped there. The Youngbloods are able to win the faceoff there. They do lose it, and the Bakers are able to recover back here as they set up. They pass the red line there. They gain the zone. Take a quick shot on net, saved by the Youngbloods goaltender. He is just standing on his head tonight. Oh, and a great glove save as he's giving some confidence to his teammates there as they pound the boards there and give him a little bit of love. Ball is dropped. Passed around, shot straight on. Saved by the Youngbloods goaltender. Passed around again here. The Youngbloods are trying to regain the ball. Bakers at the blue line there. Takes a shot straight on. 2 shots there. Youngblood goaltender standing on his head, keeping it out. Another save. Unfortunately, it tipped through his pads there and goes straight in. And the Bakers here are able to regain that 2-goal lead. It's still very dangerous here with 4:39. Let's see what they can do here. Ball about to be dropped here. Bakers win the faceoff here. The shots now are at 45-24 for the Bakers as they're just out shooting them here. And it looks like we have a hand pass here. And the referee's here communicating here. As the faceoff will be in the neutral zone for the Bakers here, right on their bench. So it looks like it was a hand pass. So they do lose the zone here. Face off won by the Youngbloods here as they gain the zone. They try to dangle through here. Oh, and a huge little tip up, and it's saved by the Bakers goaltender. Keeping it out. Bakers tip it up. So they're trying to beat the ice there. The Youngbloods are able to recover there. With 4:08 left in the year, the Youngbloods are trying to gain the zone here. As they are down by 2 here. Ball chipped up. Bakers are 3-on-2 here. 3-on-3 now. Number 69 able to walk straight in by himself there. Dangerously takes a quick little snapshot, and the Youngbloods goaltender covers it up, smothers it up, keeps it out. We're looking at a 5-3 lead here as the ball is dropped here in the Youngblood zone. As the player went down there, and the Youngbloods players are trying to see if that was to be a penalty there. Nothing is being called. Youngbloods get the ball out, but the Bakers are able to keep it in at the red line there. They do chip it up and lose the zone, and they are passing it around here. They realize that they have 3:23 here with a 2-goal lead, so they're going to slow it down a little bit here. Try to get another goal here. Youngbloods here, player here, able to recover here. Number 14 here. Trying to get as many players back with him. Ball kept into the corner there by the Bakers. And it's tipped up into the mesh there. So the faceoff will come back into the Bakers zone here. 2:56 left in the second period here. Ball is dropped. Ball kept in by the captain there for the Bakers as he goes into the corner, number 39. As he's trying to swamp it into the corner, keeping it low. Try to chip out. The Youngbloods recover, knock it back into their own corner there, behind their own net. Ball is brought up. Passed up by number 14 to number 16. He gains the zone. But Alex Dirksen bullies him off the ball. Passes it beyond the net with 2:11 here in the second period. As the Bakers have realized what the time here is, and they're trying to kill as much as the clock here. There's no pressure here by the Youngbloods, so these guys are knocking it all. Number 55, they have an open net here, straight in, and that's a goal. As that was an empty net goal there. With a minute 52 left here, we'll see if the Youngbloods keep the goaltender out of the net here. Which it looks like they are going to, because they realize that they have to keep the ball pressed here. So we'll do 6-on-5 hockey here. Ball is dropped. Tipped back here. The Youngbloods are able to get in the zone here. So they're trying to get a couple quick goals here with a minute 42 left as an icing is knocked down. Faceoff will come back all the way into the Bakers zone here. The face-off is going to be very crucial here for the Youngbloods as they need this draw. Won by the Bakers. Behind the net there as they're trying to smother it. Shot all the way down to the net there. Going in for an ice. As they're trying to go for that empty net goal here. Looks like the bench here and the coaches here are trying to tell their players here to calm down. Realize that they don't need to keep getting icing here and slowing the game down. They need to kill as much of this clock as possible. With 1:31 left here in the second period here with a 6-3 lead for the Winfield Bakers against the Youngbloods. Shots are 47 for the Bakers and 25 for the Youngbloods here. As we have a little bit of an equipment issue here. As there was a timeout called here by the Bakers. With this stoppage in play, I'd like to thank some more of our VIBHL sponsors here. Country Grocer, thank you very much for all your support. But I'd also like to thank Aiden Pouletz for putting on this great event here, as well as running the VIBHL here. Every year, Cache Island gets a little bit bigger, a little bit more exciting, and I just want to thank him for all his support that he gives to the Vancouver Island and to ball hockey in general. As we have 1:31 left here in the second period of this last round-robin game of Cache Island before we go into the playoffs here for some of the divisions here. This game can determine, and I'm unsure at the time here of where the seedings will be for the competitive and the elite division here. As the ball is dropped here, Bakers win the ball here. And they're trying to clamp it onto the boards there and make sure that it's not moving. Ball comes loose here. As everybody's kind of clustered in like Timbits hockey onto that corner. As well, the face-off still in the Bakers zone here. With a 3-goal deficit right now. The Youngbloods are trying to get a couple quick goals here. They have the speed and the talent. Let's see if they can do it. Ball is dropped here. Bakers win the draw. They aren't able to. Pass back to the defenseman. They're at 6-on-5 as they did pull their own goalie. Shot! Hits the goaltender. Makes a great deflected into the corner there. Bakers are keep the ball. They tip it up. And it hits our low ceiling here in Eagle Ridge here. So the ball will be another face-off. We are so close to the 1-minute mark here as the Youngbloods just call a penalty. Their timeout here. Each team is allowed one timeout per game in Cache Island here. Nothing in overtime. This game I highly recommend for people to come out tomorrow. Come out live. Come out live and we'll watch some Cache Island events here for the playoffs here. Starting at 8 o'clock in the morning and we go to about 7 o'clock at night tomorrow night with some highly anticipated games here. This game's almost over here. Youngbloods are trying to get a couple more goals here. The ball is about to be dropped. It's dropped won by the Bakers here. 1 minute left here in the second period. Ball tipped up, kept in by the Youngbloods though. But the Bakers recover the ball and they're just passing it through the middle. Number 90 passes over to the defenseman. He takes a shot blocked by the Bakers defenseman. Their shot through the middle. Takes a shot, misses the net. That goaltender was out of the place though. Could have had a wide open net there. Luckily for him, it went wide. Youngbloods keep the ball in. 30 seconds left on the clock here. As they cycle back through. Youngbloods are trying to get a quick shot here. Passes it over. Goes into the corner there. 19 seconds left. Pass in the middle of the floor, takes a shot, deflected by the Bakers, as it is a 3-on-2 with an empty net here, as they're slowly going to enter the zone there. And this could be, and it's called offside. With all that room and all that speed, they could have easily gotten another goal, but that was slowed down. With 9.5 seconds left here in the second period, it's all but done here. And we are about to finish this game off here. Ball is dropped, chipped up into the Youngbloods bench there. So we'll reset that face-off there. As the ball's shot in, blocked by the Youngbloods defenseman there, and the ball is kept out. And this game is over here with the Winfield Bakers here winning 6-3 with 48 shots against the Youngbloods, who had 27. My name's Andrew Layden. Thank you very much for tuning in. We have 2 more games here going into the playoffs here. I'm going to turn off my mic here and let the players of the games be announced here. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for the next games coming up here.